Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Wherever you may be listening to me, this is Adiola Atekoja. You're welcome to Ludeta Think Media. I want to quickly celebrate every one of you out there that's going to watch this replay and those of you that are able to join me live. I decided to crush perfectionism. I decided not to give myself reasons why I should not go live. Desire to make public this video by asking for people to come and join me at this particular time. But I told myself, whenever you want to do something in life, if your decision making process is not sound, you are going to be getting cheated out of life. One of the strong points that I took away from one of the recent training that I've been on under Tony Robbins is the fact that one of the key most indicator that separates the 1% from the rest is the fact that they are quick decision makers and they don't procrastinate when at the time they need to take a decision over something that is important in their life and think on paper. So after I finish, I call a few, some of you might know, I don't know, I already have a coaching uh, training school whereby I get to train women. For such a time like this, when I started out there, by the way, we are now 1,000 subscriber reach. And I want to appreciate massively every one of you, my supporters and my fans, and those of you that have gotten value at one point or the other that you watched any of my video. And I want to say thank you. The journey began last year, and like next month is going to be a year that I started. And what I want to tell you and share with you today is going to make you see that there is nothing as powerful as what you believe in yourself, and that there is nothing that can change your belief if you don't subject it to just anybody. See, there are two types of people in your life. We have the right hand people and we have the left hand people. See, the left hand people, they are your families, they are your relatives, they are your friends. These kind of people, when you go to them with decisions, when you go to them for advice, because they've not seen, they don't see what you are seeing. The kind of advice they are going to give you, the kind of steps they are going to tell you to take, they are going to look at you as, you, this girl, you are not normal. How many people in your family is a millionaire? How many people out of your sphere of friends are doing all this crazy thing that you're thinking about? It's not going to be possible. They're going to talk you out of it. And that is one thing I've learned, that don't you ever go to people who have not been through the journey or who have not experienced what you are going through for them to give you advice over what you want in life. You can imagine somebody that is a divorcee. You are just getting planned to marry, or you just got married, and you're going to such people for advice. Do you understand? And this does not mean to spite them or whatever, but they cannot be the best people to advise you in that area. My calling as a person, I have seen myself leading a movement of raising women that are visionary, raising women that are change maker, raising women that believe that there is more to their life beyond just getting married and having children. This journey started last year during COVID, before COVID, when my children goes to school and I'm alone at home because I work in the night. So all throughout the day, between 9 and 4 p.m., they will be back. I will just be home doing nothing. That day, I started telling myself that this cannot be the kind of life I want to spend the rest of my life. And come to think of it, when the children start growing and at the age 18, when they will have to leave the home. So I began to think ahead that I don't want to get myself at that period of time and begin to see myself lonely. I begin to feel discouragement. I begin to feel I have wasted my years not taking time to look for what are the things that will make me happy. Because of a matter of truth, my husband, those kids, they have their own life to live. And I can never carry them. So that was how this journey started. This channel, if you are watching me live, this channel was birthed out of that need that I want to be able to serve my fellow women, be able to raise a movement to liberate every woman out there that is stuck with 9 to 5, that desire to have more time with their family, desire to live life on their own terms, desire to quit Uncle Sam, but at the same time, they don't know how they can get started, or they don't even have clarity with regards to what purpose their life is meant to serve. And as a matter of fact, most of us, we write ourselves up. If you are a woman and you are listening to me and you happen to be of African descent, I will tell you my story. Part of what our story is this, that every woman that is of marriageable age, once you've gone to the college and you have graduated, the next thing in line that everybody around you are thinking of is for you to get married. Pardon me. Even if you don't have a job, they believe it that it is more important for you to marry because your husband is your payment plan. Is your husband, once you are married, you don't have any problem. Your husband is the one that will be getting the bill paid, is the one that will be doing everything. Fast forward to now, how many of us will be able to live our life to the point that we'll be so happy living such life if everything we need is only going to be tied to our husband being able to meet our needs? And so that was the beginning. And I started seeing why we as women, we need to take our life back. Taking our life back out of every mental block, out of societal belief, out of societal upbringing, and the education that our culture have brought up with us with, that is kind of limiting us from reaching our fullest potential. Believe me, friends, before that man came to your life, you've got a life that you were living. Before those children started coming, you have something inside of you that makes you happy. And that is why, to those people that feel that it is when you get married that you'll be happy, no. Marriage will not, don't ever tie your happiness and your joy in life to certain happening. Like if I promise you I'm going to give you a candy, you are happy because I'm going to give you candy. After I give you the candy, what will happen to you after I give you the candy? Do you see that? It means that joy will be temporary. It's subject to only candy. So that is why I want to let you realize that, friends, if you are really going to search for true, lasting happiness, it's not going to be as a result of happening. It must come from inside. It must come from inside. And when it, thank you, King W, thank you. If it's coming from inside, then whatever is happening outside of you cannot steal it, cannot rob it, cannot steal it away from you. And this is why I have decided that for me on this platform, I'm going to come every week, challenge my friends, cheer up my fellow women, and encourage them to start being comfortable, putting little time aside for things that give them happiness. If you like singing, create time. Once in a week, sing. If you like making home, you like creative thing, or you like being in the kitchen, like some of us, somebody like me, my husband has been issues with regards to this. I just like to have all the cook already made, bam, in the freezer, so I can have time to do all those other things. I'm not the type that can stay all home in the kitchen cooking. And do you know that there are women that they are just so passionate and they just love cooking, they love care making, they love homemaking, anything like that. That is their in thing. And I want to challenge you that, do you know that beyond just those gifts and talent and those things that you have as your own personal gifting, there is a gift that can truly announce you to your world. But because when we were growing up, what we were told is that get up, go to school, make sure you graduate with the best grades, then get a good job, and then relax, get married, and start raising children, and that is the end. So, because of this illusion and this confusion, many of us believe that that is the only way to make money. And that is the reason for this topic that I put, this money mastery that I want to give, or this 7 step, will get us to understand that there are more to life than just 9 to 5. That there are more to you as an individual, that when you begin to understand what are the outcomes, what are the risks, and what are the things you stand to lose if you don't live true to your dream, if you don't get to experience and try things out, and you just feel like it is only at that job alone, and it is only true for the time, for the limited of time you are there. If anything happens and you got sacked, or your employer says your services are no longer needed, what is going to become of you? Year 2020 has taught a lot of us so many great lessons that we cannot live our life to just stereotypes, or we want to live our life just up to whatever is available. Because what you think and feel is available now, tomorrow it may not be available. And so one of the things that I've discovered is when you pay attention to your dreams, you pay attention to your talent. See, it first and foremost will look as if you are not normal. It first and foremost will look as if nobody is paying attention to you, or you are just a waster of time. You are just wasting your time. But one thing I've discovered is when you stay committed and you stay tuned to your dream, those right hand people, those people that are part there that you are meant to serve, those people that you are being called to serve, they will look for you, they will locate you, they will come and they will pay attention to what you are teaching. And those are the people you are sent to. And that is why when I was first growing my YouTube channel and it was a tough one, nobody is coming in to subscribe, I know that I am not sent to everyone. Today, as I tell you, I now coach women, and as a matter of fact, a man subscribed to my coaching school. He is from Uganda. I can never imagine I will ever attract anybody, talk less of a man, that just made me showing up every week on YouTube channel and just teaching and just sharing out of my life, out of the failures of my past, how I waited for just university admission for 7 good years, staying at home, just writing exam. You know what that can do for a woman, for a lady? You can imagine how that can be a setback, that you look at your mates, it's like all of them have left you behind. You look at the events of your life, there is nothing so interesting about you. In fact, you kind of go into hidings anytime you see your friends and colleagues coming around because you don't have anything to share. You don't have anything to show. It's like they have all gone ahead of you. But look at me today. I am proud, sitting down, teaching. Today I already had my training course this morning as early as 10 a.m. I was on my coaching with one of my students, one-on-one, all the way from Uganda, thanks to God for technology. And I'm saying this to let you know that a year ago I started. Just a year ago. I told myself I don't have any mass communication background. I don't have any journalism or whatever you say. But one thing I have known is that I have a passion to see change happen. I believe that there is something in me that drives me beyond the normal thing that is happening, that I believe we can have more. And based on the experience I just shared with you, that just failing and you are believing that your failure is as a result of a family, or your failure is because somebody in your father's background is working and plucking against your success in life, you not knowing that actually you need to pay attention to details. That if you are desiring for success, you need to know the price you need to pay. Because success on its own, it is not cheap to find. It's like diamond. You don't see them on the surface. You have to dig. And the digging this time around has to do with you staying consistency to reading. Wealth is being created by exchange. That is number one point I want to share. That if you ever want to see wealth being created, look at the example I just shared with you. Those guys I just took, the person I told you I took this morning at 10 a.m. for the coaching class, paid. And only God knows what the guy saw. In just my normal coming up, showing up on my YouTube, doing a 5 days challenge on how you can advance your life, doing a 5-day challenge last year on how you can remake your life from what it is to what you so desire it to be. And the person stood there and just click on the link that I put, and the person signed up for my training. And this is the 5th week that we've been on. Friends, I want to challenge you, if you are watching me. See, the secrets to success in life and to wealth and to mastering anything you want has to start with you believing in yourself, number one. And regardless of what whoever does not believe, you must show up. It starts with you knowing your why, your who, and your what you want to do. In my own case, I want to reach out to women. And if men so be it. They get attracted, so be it. They have women in their life, they have children, they might want to train. So, but I want to let every woman see that there is more to their life than just being Mrs. And that they should not allow that potential that is given to them by God, by Mother Nature, to die. That they should find a way of finding expression. And even if you are still in your 9 to 5 job, even if you still do, but make sure you begin to save Save towards your dream. Save. Put some money aside that you are going to be able to have access to in the future, that you will be able to use to start. Don't spend all your money on only just to look or good or whatever. As good looking is important, but don't spend all your money on that. That is very crucial. Then I want to say is that one of the things that can get you value, that can get you on a platter of getting money and accessing riches, is the fact that you must know that every passion you have or anything you have inside of you that you know it is given to you by God, you must never, never commonize it. You must never say, this thing, nobody can pay for it. Nobody, we have been told, we have now seen that anything, you can see people going on YouTube to learn anything. So you can imagine if you have any skill, and when you grow your skill by practicing intentional reading, see, just in time learning, that learning you want to go for is because you know this skill, you have it and you want to grow it. And when you practice in intentional learning, that in time learning, you will get books, you will get videos, you will get mentors, people that have plowed that path and they have been successful. You will surround yourself with them. Before you know it, their wisdom will begin to rub on you. You begin to see how they're doing it, how they did it, how they were able to achieve and arrive at that step. And that is it. And so, friend, I want you to imagine if you are being given an $100 check, 100,000 US dollars check is being presented to you at this moment. Just imagine it, that right in front of you is an $100,000 US dollars check is being presented to you. What skill do you think in your life, what skill, what knowledge do you think is required, is responsible for you having that? Now, if you are able to come up, you're able to see that without being manipulated, or you are looking at mastery, that your only way you can attract that kind of money is through mastery. So visualizing that check coming to you is that, what is the reason why you will be giving that check? What skill have you demonstrated? What expertise do you have that will make somebody to hand over that check to you? And when you look at yourself, and you know that some people, we are not looking at those people that are getting money through people that are robbing Peter to pay Paul, people that are not doing it in the right way. And I don't want you to use that to affect your money language. A lot of us before now, anytime we see people that are rich, we always commonize and we negate them. And one of the havoc we do when we do such things, that we begin to speak evil and we begin to speak ill of people that are rich, is that kind of mindset. Is like you are driving yourself away from people, from money. It's like when you say you hate something, you avoid those things. And indirectly, because of the way nature and our brain is being wired, you will find yourself away from getting attracted from those things. And this is the reason why some people are poor, because they speak evil of money. They speak ill of anybody they see around them having money. They believe that anybody that is rich, they got there through ill-gotten manner or what have you. But truth be told, now we have seen experts have come to show us that even your common talent can be monetized. You only need the right strategy. Have you seen some young children today that they are very techie proud, and they are making invention, bringing up new apps, developing new insights, going for more skills on the internet and what have you, and they are making money just like that. Just like that. So this is why I have decided that, see, if you are not going to attract money through manipulation, if you are going to attract money through mastery, then you've got to look at what talent in your hand do you have that you have been playing small, and how can you go and look for who are the people that are in their need of this talent, and you will begin to do what? You will begin to up your game through intentional learning to make sure you become a master of it. So if I want to share with you those steps that I talked about those 7 steps that is going to guarantee you on the 7 steps to mastery, money mastery. Let me just share with you what I have here. The first step I'm going to be sharing with you with regards to you having the mastery that you need is in line with momentum. The first thing is momentum. And when I mean momentum, see, momentum is something like energy. It's like you can imagine if I'm seated like here now, let's say I love worship, I love music that are like that are pop, like rock pop music. And maybe you listening to me now, you love hip you love other kind of music, maybe jazz. See, when they whenever I sit around somewhere and the music of pop, any pop music is being played, you are going to see me get up. I'm going to feel that movement. I'm going to get connected because it's something I naturally love, and I'm going to feel it. That is the wiring. It's like there's something about you. So also when we talk about momentum, it's talking about something in you that you feel movement. You feel connected inside of your core. It's like a natural feeling that comes to you. Just like somebody, when we talk about food, like I mentioned, you just feel connected and you just love it. Or maybe singing, or maybe doing anything on the internet, on the computer, maybe this creating something, or homemaking. You can imagine those things just come to you naturally. That is the secret. These are the meaning secret of what your major mastery should go for. Because when you are able to work on you, on what you love, and you're able to invest on what you love, it's going to take you away from just being ordinary. It's going to become a talent that is going to be monetized, that can bring money to your doorstep. So when you want to master yourself in this 7-step mystery I'm talking about, the first thing is you must begin to get momentum. And the momentum will come from things that you normally like. It's not going to come from things where you can imagine a lot of us today, as it's been told, just because we want to keep our families together, we need money to get our home work going. We go sign up for a job that we don't love. And every Monday like this, it's like, oh, when will this woe come to an end? But if it is something that you are naturally connected to, that you feel the moment, you are going to see that the desire and the willingness to go into it is going to come naturally for you. And when you are doing it, you are not even looking at the time. You don't even look at the time. It's just like you are just having fun. So what is turning me on might be different from what is turning you on. That is why that momentum is supposed to be there. And you can always notice it through some of those things that people commend you for. Some of those things that give you in the flow, that brings you into the flow, that you do naturally. And when you are in that momentum, the next thing you need to do is you are going to make sure you are able to articulate. You have to be really, really clear, friends, about this gift. The real ask question is, why do I do this thing? Why do people always say, I love your passion? Why do people always say, I just love the way you come up? You are so real. You are not faking it. And friends, these are some of the pointers that gave me the clue that I deliver myself from saying, I didn't go for university education in journalism or in mass communication or in language or in English, or I have accent, I won't be able to show up on my YouTube channel. I have to quiet those mental block and those self-limiting beliefs that were suggesting to me that this passion of mine does not exist and I don't need to come up and show to my real world. And the moment I was able to tell myself and still that voice, I started articulating myself. I started talking. I started the YouTube channel. My first video, if you go back and search it, I just stand and I was just talking and just saying everything that I know how to do. But look at me today. As I started showing up, I started gaining momentum and I was able to articulate more, knowing who are the people I know. I flow more to women. What do I do? I create teaching. I create learning platform. I make videos. I make training. I share content that can help fellow women also get up to begin to see internally and see that there is more to them, that there are problems around them too that they can solve, that they have been called to serve, and that the earlier they begin to see this, the better they will become, and the happier they will be in that marriage. That it's not only about food. It's not only about having husband at home. It's not only about even men. Some people have their husband giving them all the money, giving them all the attention, but they are still not happy. That is a clue to you knowing that there is something that nature has put inside of you, that Mother God, that nature has put inside of you that you must respond to. And it is in you paying attention to yourself, and you begin to see what are those things and how you can best show up. The next step on the 7-step principles to mastery or money mastery is strategies. Letting people know what your mini strategy is. What is your strategy? You see, a lot of people are on the social media today, and when you see what they are doing, so many people are just there for different purpose. Me, I told myself at starting, I said, I am going to be on the social media, not just to be consuming other people's content. There is time to consume. There is time for you to go and learn what people are doing and see what they are doing. But there is also a time when you get learn and you are really, really ready for success, you are going to share what you have learned to those people you know they will also benefit from. This is the missing link. Sometimes when you learn something, it is in the sharing that your knowledge is sound, is sealed. You don't know you know something until you're able to teach it to somebody. Yes. And that is what I started doing. So I want to encourage you, if you are watching me, I want you to believe more in the fact that you have the knowledge, you have what it takes to show up to your word. It is just because you have not started. Get into look inward to know what is the momentum for you. What is that thing that is creating the desire for you? That is the value. And that is one thing that you are going to begin to do. Look for how you can practice to the point where you are now a pro. And before you know it, money gets attracted to you. So you now see that in life, some of us, when we pursue our passion and we invest in it to the point that we are proficient, there is no how money will not trace itself to our doorstep. There is no how you will not get money as a reward. And this time around, the transaction now is a value transaction. That people are looking at you. And by the way, if you are interested in getting to know more about my mastery, like growth in life and business mastery course, you can send out, you can just put in the comments, I will send you a DM. You can send me a DM or just send a mail to, just leave in the comment. I will pin the link to which you can get to know more about what I do. And I am telling you that there are people in the world that are in need of your service. There are many people in the world that are looking forward to knowing you, what you do, to getting connected to you, and to doing what you tell them to do. Because when you decide to take up the leadership, you decide to own up that space, you become the leader that your world is waiting for. You take you take that innate thing that God has given you, you respond to that call, you begin to see how your lifestyle alone command respect. And men and women, when they have seen that you truly have command results, and they have seen and they have been able to prove that you indeed you are what it takes to change their life, because they can see what you have been able to go through. I tell you, I'm a mom. I have like 5 buckets that I'm going through. I still work. Though it's not that today, I do my own work in the evening. So I have 3 kids. I'm married. I still work, and I still show up on my YouTube channel every week, uploading 1 video at least. Since last year I started. And I still, with that, I started a career in the coaching and consulting space. And I have 4 students at the moment. Being real with you, you can imagine, how does this start to play? And I still have my social life, I still have my health, I still have time for my children. I have been able to do this because I first and foremost have to tell myself the truth, that even though I still do my job, that is not my real satisfaction. I only go there because I need money. And so I now begin to look at 5 years from now. If anything happens and I'm being told my services are no longer required, how do I want to show up? How can I get a life that my children will be able to, I will have time as an entrepreneur, time for my family, time for my children, time to be able to be there to feature for whatever they need. I know I have to pay the sacrifice. But after the 9 to 5, between 5 to 9 a.m. of the next day, I must have what I am doing that is going to help me in that journey. I must have a guide, a plan that is going to make that journey to becoming the true version of who I intentionally want to be a reality. A lot of us show up in things that are not important to us, but when it comes to things that have to do with our life, we create a kind of lethargy, a kind of attitude, and a mannerism that doesn't correlate with what we claim we want in life. That is the disparity. And that is the conflict. It's like you saying you like ice cream. At the same time, you are conflicting your brain. So, no, ice cream I don't like. So when you want freedom, you want to enjoy total freedom in your life, in your career, in everything that surrounds you in your home, then beyond you saying it, you must match it with action. And then when I mean this action, it's not a big, it's a repeated, a consistent, simple steps towards that goal. You must begin to do. You must begin to do those things that you know that will move the needle forward in that space that you have desired. And that is why you cannot wish away the role of a coach. Look at all the athletes. Look at most people that we celebrate in the world of sports, in the world of whatever. You will notice that most of them, a lot of them, they have a coach in every areas of their life. Look at those people that are keeping fit. They have a fitness coach. And that is why, look at the celebrities. Some of them, they know the importance of why they must be fit. Look at those guys when they're in their off season. They have people that are coaching them in regards to that aspect. And so when they come up and there's a football and a match of just 30 or 45 minutes and 90 minutes, and you are seeing them coming up and everybody is cheering them up, they have paid in the private, they have paid the sacrifice in the private, and they are now being rewarded in the public, in the common eyes. But we are not able to see some of those things. That if you want to condense decades to days, you want to see how you can look for somebody who has gone into that path, who is really real, and you can see the transformation indeed happening, that can hold you on the hand and can take you on a journey to that place that you so desire to see a change in your life. Friends, if there is anything that somebody have done before, it is a clue to you that you can do it again. And that is why this statement holds true forever, that success always leaves a clue. That if somebody has done something before, then anybody can repeat it. That is why you always see in all these athletics relay, you see somebody finishing the 100-meter dash maybe in 5 seconds or in 4 minutes, seconds. And because somebody has done it in 4 minutes, do you know that that very record is able to be broken because somebody has done it before? So somebody else can go ahead and repeat that same thing. So that is the secret. So one of the things that is lacking is the system. When you have the system in place, like you want to drive a car, somebody have shown us the blueprint of how you can drive a car. It's the science of driving a car. You just go through it in 6 weeks and here you go. But look at the mindset. The mindset. What is that? Your mental, what is the dialogue that is going on inside of you? When you see the car and you are parked, and when it's time for you to face your fear and take action to get inside the car and drive it, what happens to you? And that thought keeps telling you, hey, what do you think you want to do? Have you forgotten that so and so had accident? This person, if you drive this like this, this will happen. And your brain begins to engage in negative talk. And those talk begin to limit you and begin to tell you, girl, maybe you need to step down. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe people like you are not meant to do such a thing. If you look at your family, look at your parents, none of them matter. So why do you want to disturb it? Just live your life in the minimum. Just get the little pay you are getting and just be okay. Friends, okay is not for you. I'm telling you, as you are seated watching me, there are lives that are waiting for you to step out, to step up into the place of what you have been called to do so that they can be liberated, so that you can show them the way, so that you can show them the path, so that they also can be able to liberate others. Friends, this is the real truth. That life is only about you. That I just am able, my family is okay, I'm comfortable, my children have what it takes to look good and they are doing fine. No, friends, it goes beyond this. It goes beyond that. You see, look at this communication platform that you and I are using. Look at Zoom. Look at all those apps that have made life easier during the pandemic. If those guys decided to just say, no, I'm okay, this thing is working only for myself, I'm able to talk to my friend, and they did not extend that know-how to the world, what do you think you and I will be experiencing? Look at the world as it is today. Look at the changes that this technology, this advancement, this knowledge, this know-how, these skills, this skill set has changed. So also the world is waiting for you with regard to that gift that you are saying it is time to take action. It is time to take action, friends. And I want you to begin to challenge yourself and tell yourself that in 2 years from now, because if I take no action, I'm still going to still remain stuck, still be giving and sharing the same excuses that I'm sharing today. If I don't get rid of those emotions that keep telling me I am not going to. So I want you to see that your life can attract money and that it is normal. And you should begin to open up yourself to possibility and open your mouth when you wake up in the morning and tell yourself that I attract opportunities. My life is open to new opportunities. My life attracts money. I attract positive energy to myself. And when you begin to open up, your brain, like I said there's 5 gates that are all surrounded to us. And that when we open ourselves up to those gates, they control us. I shared an example like if you listen to a song, let's say you are just in a party or you came for a function, a social function, and they're playing a song that you actually did not really like. And do you know what? Because you don't like that song, the fact that you are there present, that song is going inside of you subconsciously. Whether you like it or not, you by 3 days from that time, that song is going to play back. Whether it's a good lyrics, whether it's not. Do you know? So you are now going to now take possession of the control you have. Like says, oh, I'm not going to allow this song to come out of my mouth because I don't like the wordings or the lyrics. Do you understand? The same thing with your brain. When you internalize, you open your mouth and you voice out what you want out of your life, and what you attract are the same thing you are saying to yourself. It has been proven. So you now begin to see why it is so important, why you fill your space and your environment, you're surrounded with positive vibes, with positive energy, because it is going to come back to you. It's going to come back. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to just so be distracted by this app amnesia. You just keep scrolling from IG to YouTube, from YouTube to Facebook, from Facebook to this. And before you know it, all the energy of other people have come into your life and to your space at that early part of the day to drain energy out of you, to drain you out of power and out of life. Hey, by the time you are out dropping the phone like this, it's like you don't have anything. Different news, different things that you don't really need. And these are some of the secrets that have helped me, that I don't start my day just checking on my phone. Once my alarm rings and I get up, I get out of my bed, I start my day with meditation. I close my eyes. I have a video clip of song that I saved that I'm going to use to program my day. And I have those words that are my incantation, that each time I begin to talk about those words, and there's a music that is going on, it takes me to a level of energy that help me to start my day from a positive note, and I'm ready to just go. And I start to pen down on paper, put my thoughts on paper, the kind of emotion, the kind of feeling I'm having, and I begin to write down what are those things, what are the things I want to do next, creating the right identity you want for yourself. So I begin to put those things down. I write those things down, and I tell myself, what are those important 3 things I need to do today before the day ends? Because I know I have kids, and I know the time my kids going to get up, I know I've got to be an early riser. So I wake up early before them. I do those of my stuff, so that by the time they are waking up, I'm waking up with them. We are having time for breakfast, chatting with them, and then I can now begin to respond to my phone, look at who are the people that I need to, you know. So this is it. You must understand how money goes, the rules, and how money gets attracted to people. That it is not something that is a luck. And that's why, even if it is luck, look at people that have gotten like all this, what do we call it? Lotteries. Do you see? Do you see them? Do you see that thing last? It doesn't. So the same thing when you get money that is not through mastery, or you are just getting to rob people, those things don't last. It doesn't last. So I don't want you to follow that. I want you to see how you can grow yourself into mastering every skill and every gift that you have. And it is that same gift that is going to announce you to your world, because somebody somewhere is going to see. And then there must be a strategy. Like, look at this platform that you are sharing now. If you have any gift, it is in the internet that you see a mouse roaring like a lion. Look at somebody like me now. I don't know who will get to watch this video. I don't know how many people will get to see the replay. I don't know where this video will be shared to. But I am in this small corner in my house, in my room, sharing this to the world. And the internet is a big space. And I'm roaring and roaring like a lion, because I believe this is my truest place. This is the commitment that I have to my maker, that through consistency and through showing up, not even making sure I am perfect, not perfectionism, because some of those things that get us stuck most time is when we feel that we need to get everything perfect, and we overthinking, begin to think, oh, I should get a new curtain. Maybe this background is not even bright enough. Maybe people are going to think I'm not even. I just get myself off those stuff, and I just show up. I just show up as I am. Because if you show up in your true authentic self, people can see and people can connect. And that is one of the best things. Be, be who you are. Do whatever it takes that is required for you to up your game, and then have a principle to share whatever you have. And it is in that sharing, it is that service, that is where it becomes multiplied. That is where it becomes multiplied. That is where you begin to see and other people begin to tell and share your content and tell other people about you. That is how it starts, friends. And so there is no maybe there's a way they do it. No, it has to start with you making up your mind that I have a strong wife and I don't want my family, my children to be limited in life. That those choices I'm unable to make at their own age, I don't want them to get to that age and still be limited in life. I want them to have choices. I want them to have choices. So begin to master your money mastery through the way you connect with your emotion about money, not saying negative things about money. Your cognitive mastery, which is learning about what are the true things, how do you get money attracted to you? Understanding how you can begin to look and pursue for what are the needs that are surrounded with people that have passion for. How can I go about meeting their needs? And then physical mastery, which is doing it, you showing up, showing up, showing up. That is how it's been done. Let me not take you far. I'm already over 40 minutes on this gym. So I'm just going to share the next step for you. See now. So I talked about strategy. Like social media is a strategy for letting people know what your mastery, your mini mastery, that little gift you have. What is the strategy to let people know? Okay, I will create video. Okay, I will just wake up every Saturday. I will on my Facebook or my IG, and I will share any knowledge I have. That is it. You can look for where you are comfortable at, and you can use it. What are the tools that you're going to use? Tools are the list of places you are going to share what you do. You know, who am I going to portray this to? How am I going to portray it? What are those strategies that, okay, these people, if I'm talking to women, a lot of women are going through stress. What are the strategies that they can take to unstress, to remove themselves from stress? Maybe I just have a video. I'm just talking like this. You can also begin to see yourself in that space. Okay, personal development. A lot of women doesn't give time for self-care. They don't know how to set a time sign for themselves alone without anybody disturbing them. Maybe they are going to ask granny to come and look over the kid, or maybe they're just going to have a weekend, they will alone be in the hotel, or just to have time for yourself. Just to portray the fact that your life is so important to you and you want an outcome and you are ready to give yourself whatever it takes so that you can get results. Because every action you are taking, there is always a consequence of every of your inaction. And you don't want to be biting your finger and be saying, oh, I didn't take time to master what I need to do. So what are the tools? What are the tactics? A lot of people, we don't know which video you do that is going to go viral. You don't know what you're going to say that somebody is going to hear, that is going to help a shift, to take a shift of perspective in the life of the person listening. So that is why you don't just wait and say, oh, because nobody is listening to me, I'm not going to do anything. You have to still show up and share what you know you are good at. And then the next one is expertise. You've heard it said before that follow your passion, follow your passion. I want to add up to that by saying invest in your passion. If you have ever seen anybody shine, I don't mean those people that are fake, or those people that are really, really done the work and they are shining and they are getting the result. They have taken time to invest in their skill, invest on their talent, invest on that thing they have before it turns to something that everybody is running and running after. So whatever you do, make up your mind to be the best in it. Be the best in it. Make up your mind to go learn from the best of the best. Hire a coach. Look for a mentor. Consult with people. Change your sphere of friendship from battery drainer to battery what? To battery chargers. Charge your life up with men and women in that space. Look for Facebook groups. Look for groups in Facebook of people that are associated with the sphere you want to grow. Before you know it, you become an expert. You become an expert and you begin to shine. Your expertise begin to command people and they begin to come to your doorstep. And this is the how in the mastery that I'm trying to tell you, that the whole approach based on this new expertise, begin to refine it. When you see that something is working, you refine that approach again based on the new expertise you have gotten. Okay, this was how I did it before. And I think the last time I did it, I didn't even edit this place. Maybe when I started, I didn't even greet, I didn't even share this. Okay, when you go over the approach again, you refine it. Do you know when you are doing that, the whole thing is getting refined and more refined? And when you are doing that, it's like you are making the process. And then the last why is you say yes to money. When people can see somebody that is diligent with his work, you will command money to your doorstep. It is just as simple as that. I have seen it, and I am able to say it that it doesn't take the time for you to attract money if you play your game and you open yourself to experience mastery. And this is where I want to begin to ask you a question, that where is it in your life that when you do certain things and you do them in an effective way, you will see people commending you? Where is it in your life? You need to go and check it. Where is it in your life that when you do certain activities, you see people commending you differently? You see people commending you and saying, wow, wow, wow. That area of your life, you begin to notice. It means there's something about you that people are commending you for. And those are the pointers to what you want to begin to see how you. And I want you to, you see, sometimes we don't get to try new things. Some of us, we just believe, you just go alive, you go run alive the same way. I want you to see and practice how you try new things. Okay, this weekend you've never been to this place before, you just volunteer. Maybe in your church, if you go to church, you always go and you just come in, take your children to the class and go back. Maybe it's just a Sunday, you just decide to volunteer in a group, volunteer in a session. Just try something new. You've been eating in one particular eat out eatery, and just for a change, go to another place. Over the weekend, these are the kind of people you chill out with. Just decide to change. Try new things, experiment things. And it is in the experimentation you will begin to see who, what, and how, what you have inside of you. And what are those things you like doing? And by the time you begin to take massive imperfect action, begin to take massive imperfect action in those things that you think kick a flow in you, create a flow in you, create a desire in you, you begin to see change. So that is it. Who am I? Who are you? Who are the people you want to serve? Who are the people you can keep talking to? You can keep encouraging, and you don't feel tired doing it. What are the topic? What are the subjects that you can teach anything about without looking at the time? Subjects you can treat freely. This is it. This is it, friend. In this journey to entrepreneurship, I can see myself, I am new, but I can see that I'm already on a path. And I'm confident that anyone that wish to join me, there is one destination, and that destination is success. Is victory. That destination is fulfillment that goes beyond what money can give. It is internal joy and satisfaction that is not tied to just events or happenings. Because after that event and the happening, what happens next? So this is where my joy comes from. And this is where I want to encourage and invite you to join me. To come, let us leave behind our past mistakes, our past excuse, all those things that we wish and we keep reminding ourselves of. I wish if my father was available when I was born. I wish my mom and my father, they did not divorce. I wish I was not born out of wedlock. I wish my parents were together. I wish, and all those things that wishing, we keep wishing. And actually, they are the one that is keeping us on stuck. Everything you want in your life is at the other side of your learning and of your going to get mastery. Everything you need now, everything you need now is at the other side of your action. So when you take up a decision of why you so desire that thing, and it's that desire to have it is so strong that nobody can talk you out of it, then you are in a journey. Then you are in a journey. Then you are unstoppable. And you are welcome to the League of Unstoppable Women. Women that are not going to only retire free, women that are going to be change makers, women that are going to create change in everywhere and every sphere they find yourself, women that are not going to just be dependent on their husband as their ticket to bail out, as their financial bailout, as their financial what have you. Women that are not in any way competing with men, but they are so filled. They are so secured in their calling, in who they are and whom God has created them to be. And they are not apologetic to their word. And they are willing to show up as lion and lioness, dictating the pace, changing and helping to achieve clarity, changing the sphere, changing the world for the oncoming generation so that the world can be a better place for you and I to live. This is where I am seeing myself going. And this is the journey I have embarked on. And I am willing to go with as many people that can see the need to follow suit. So this is, I hope you find value in the few points and the past tips that I've been able to share. And I want you to remind yourself that everything you need to change your life, you have it inside of you. You have not only come up with a strong why you want that thing. And that is what is going to be fueling your passion. That is going to be waking you out of bed when it is 4 a.m. and everybody is still snoring and everybody is still sleeping. And you look at your time and you remember your why. Say, Diola, it's time to get up. And you get out of bed. Because you know your world is waiting. Because you know there is somebody somewhere that is going to, their life is going to change because they listen to you. So the leader in you, it's time for you to give life. It's time for you to give expression to the life inside of you. And by so doing, your world is not going to be the same. And I can tell you, this journey, you understand it better than anybody else. You know it will take time, but your consistency and your massive imperfect action is going to deliver to you that destination you so desire. And you being able to condense decades into years, into days, by looking towards and following a mentor and following a coach and getting yourself trained by people that have gone ahead of you is going to make the journey so easy. And you have a community of people that are like-minded, that you are rubbing mind with, that are giving you the right energy. Is going to deliver what you so desire to apply. I don't know if you have any question for me. If you have any question for me, I would like to take it. You can put it on the chat and I will just, so I want to encourage you. This is a business mantra in making massive imperfect action. Don't wait till everything is perfect. Don't wait till you have 20 likes. Don't wait till you have 100 likes. Just one like, just one person, and keep growing it. It will keep multiplying. That is the journey. That's the secret, friends. So, thank you everyone that listened. I actually wonderful want to appreciate your time. I really, really thank the fact that I'm able to do this live training. I have been looking forward to coming up, just sharing out of the knowledge that I've gotten to my fellow friends and relating to them, to helping them see that they also can achieve, that whatever they can see somebody else achieve, that it is possible in their own lifetime, and that they should never write themselves off, and they should close their eyes off the past, and they imagine, they relate now in the present and plan towards the future, and begin to leverage on the knowledge of others that have done what they are desiring. And before you know it, you are going to be facilitating and enhancing the right performance that you need towards the self growth and towards your personal growth and your personal development journey in life. So please, if you enjoy what you saw, I want you to please share this video to your friend and the fellow women that you have acquaintance with. And also, if you are yet to subscribe, I equally encourage you to please get subscribed to this channel, and the result is there. And you can know that there's a process and a technique in place that if you join, you always have value on this platform and you always know what to do next to take you on a journey towards success and becoming the leader who you are truly meant to be. So thank you for watching. See you next time on this same channel. Thank you very much. Bye. So if you want, you can send a mail to send me a mail if you want to. Okay, I just quickly want to put the link there. Okay. Send a mail to me and I will reply it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a mail. Send it to me. You can send me a personal mail and I will respond. And thank you very much. Thank you, King. Thank you for joining. I appreciate your time, King W. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you. And if you have any suggestion or you have a video or you have a topic that you like me to take, just send me on the comments or email. I will equally reply. Thank you very much. Until I see you next time. Happy Easter and enjoy your rest of your weekend. Bye.